This is Harry Judd for Boxing Social in partnership with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. It is weigh-in day. Tommy Fury and Jake Paul. I'm joined by the legend, Michael Buffer.
Oh,
Yes, he is right in front of me. How have you found this week? Obviously back in Saudi. It's a beautiful country, a beautiful venue for the weigh-in. It's going to be a massive occasion, this, isn't it?
Well, I think you just sort of did a great setup there. It's a beautiful location. I mean, the weigh-in, where the fight is going to be held under the stars, like at midnight or 1 in the morning local time, which is great because that gives people all around the world a decent chance to see it at a good viewing time. And it is available almost everywhere. And, you know, when you look at Jake Paul with literally tens of millions of followers, I think this is going to be quite a successful event, worldwide.
You've been involved in some massive fights. Has there been a fight that you can remember that has been spoken, an 8-rounder that has been spoken about and look forward to and anticipate as much as we're going to get on Sunday?
When you qualify it by saying an 8-rounder, then of course the answer would be no, I've never seen it like that. You know, a lot of 12 and 15 rounders in my career, but not an 8-round fight. And it's really hard the distance is 8 rounds. The ring is going to be a very small ring. And I don't know who that benefits. I think maybe that's going to benefit Tommy Fury, and so there's a lot of arrangements before the fight that I want this, I want that from each fighter, and it's kind of compelling. It's very interesting. I think what's on the line is bragging rights.
Were you surprised when you found out the news about the ring, considering how Jake Paul fights in previous fights?
Surprised about the size of the ring? Yeah, I just heard about that last night. I think it's like 18 feet. Is that what you heard? And that's going to be a pretty small ring. I hope we restrict how many people can get in that ring. Otherwise, I might get twisted up a little bit.
In terms of this fight as well, the boxer, and obviously now Jake Paul, influencer boxer, ex-Disney Channel star, who's the favourite in this fight? Because a lot of the Brits are actually picking Jake Paul. Betting odds are picking Jake Paul as the favourite. Boxing experts, Teddy Atlas, for example, are picking Jake Paul as the favourite in this one. Is that another surprise?
Listen, they're only experts before the fight. After their fight, we'll see who the expert is.
And in terms of this fight as well, you mentioned it's bragging rights. Tommy Fury, obviously, with being the boxer from the massive Fury name. Yeah, if he loses, what's the reaction going to be like?
I don't know. I think the loser is going to be maybe go underground for a while because there's been a lot of chatter, a lot of talk, a lot of trash talk, and that's all part of what makes it an interesting event.
And obviously Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, could we see a trilogy? Do you think, depending how the fight goes, a trilogy, a rematch clause involved? Is this setting up for a massive trilogy, Michael?
Only if it's a draw to start with. I can't see. If there's a clear-cut winner and loser, I don't think we'll be talking about a trilogy. Maybe if it's a close fight, you could talk about a rematch. Well, then we wait and see if it's a trilogy.
How much are you looking forward to it, first of all? I didn't even answer that question. How much are you looking forward to this fight?
That's tough to answer because, I'm here for my job. I'm looking forward to that world title fight. I think that's going to be an outstanding fight. I love both guys. And I find both of the fighters, they're the type of guy you just want to have lunch with, each guy. And so it's tough to try and get your feelings involved in it. I'm just looking forward to a good event.
Obviously, there's been a lot of conversations from the Fury team, Tyson Fury, for example, and obviously Big John, Tommy's dad. A lot of pressure from his family, let alone pressure from the fight itself, Michael. Is that beneficial in any way, or is it counterproductive?
Listen, if you're around the Fury family, like I had dinner last night at a big gala type thing with Papa John and Tyson, and these guys are just relaxed and they're family, and they love Tommy, and what happens, and they're like this, they're loosey goosey, and they just go with the action.
Loosey goosey indeed. The press conference, and you mentioned in terms of the Fury name, and they both are so good at selling fights, these two individuals, both mega stars, UK and US. The press conference highlighted contracts in terms of winner takes all. Is that just, again, another selling bit for the fight, or is that is a genuine possibility, Michael? Do you know?
I don't know. If I say I'm not getting an answer on that, it's only because I'm afraid to really ask. I just want to, we'll see what happens after the fight and see who's handing the money over to who. But that was at the press conference. That was pretty shocking to see that happen, and they shook hands on it. And John Fury, the dad, he was like, we'll take it, take the bet. It was great. It was really exciting.
Two more for me. Yes, this fight in itself. What was I going to ask? Sorry. Yes, moving on from this fight. Sorry, Tank and Garcia. The announcement. How big is that fight, Michael?
That's a fight fans fight. That's one of the fights we want to see. The next fight we want to see is Crawford and Spence. We want to see that fight get made. As a fan, I want to see it. Whether I'm working it, whether I'm sitting at home watching it, or I go to ringside, that's a fight I want to see.
Because these are two individuals in their prime. We're not getting them sort of way after their prime has gone. These are two individuals that are taking this fight in their prime. That's got to be applauded in itself, Mike. We sometimes don't see that.
Isn't that the way it's supposed to be? It's not just the way we want it. That's the way it's supposed to be, and we're all going to be winners on that one.
This event in itself as well, Mike Tyson here. I'm hearing Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be here on Sunday. This is how big this event is getting, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, last night there was Mike Tyson and Tyson Fury sitting next to each other, and Tyson Fury said, here I'm sitting next to the guy I was named after, and John Fury almost had a tear in his eye just thinking about, like, 35 years ago, he held this little baby and named him Tyson after Mike Tyson, and here they're all having dinner together. I mean, that's pretty exciting.
Finally, before I let you go, you mentioned Tyson Fury there. Obviously, the Usyk fight, we don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully get some more information on that fight. Wilder's name's been put back into the hat. Is that a fight you'd like to see, the Wilder fight again?
No, say again. We got a little.
Sorry, the Wilder fight's been spoken about again for Tyson if that Usyk fight doesn't happen next. Is that a fight you'd still like to see?
Usyk and...
Wilder and Fury. If the Usyk fight with Tyson doesn't happen next, they're speaking about Wilder possibly fighting Tyson.
You're thinking out of the box and getting too far ahead of the game. I think we're really close to Usyk and Fury being made, possibly for April in London, is like what the rumor mill seems to say now.